Hey guys, welcome to Steady Study with Arunajyoti, where we delve into important topics shaping our world. In this episode, we explore the crucial subject of child rights and why they matter. I am your host Arunajyoti. Let's get started. Child rights refer to the fundamental human rights and protections that are specifically designed for children, typically defined as individuals below the age of 18. These rights are established to ensure that children can live, grow, and develop in a safe, nurturing, and supportive environment that allows them to reach their full potential. Child rights encompass a wide range of principles and protections that aim to safeguard the well being, dignity, and best interest of children. In this episode, let's see about child rights and importance of protecting children's rights. Categories of child rights: survival rights, development rights, protection rights, participation rights. The right to survival is more than just a concept. It's cornerstone of human rights that encompasses the very essence of what it means to be human. In today's episode, we'll break down the various components of this right and why it's so crucial for individuals around the world. Right to life. Every child has the inherent right to life and should be protected from harm, neglect, and violence. Let's start with the basics. Access to adequate food. Imagine going to bed hungry every night, unsure of where your next meal will come from. The right to survival guarantees that every person has the right to sufficient, nutritious food to maintain their health and well being. It's about ensuring freedom from hunger and malnutrition. Adequate nutrition. Children should have access to nutritious food and clean water to support their growth and development. Safe living environment. A safe and hygienic living environment is crucial for children's health and safety. But survival goes beyond physical needs. This right also means protection from violence, abuse, and harmful practices that can threaten one's life or well being. It's about living in a society where safety is guaranteed. Access to education can be seen as a part of right to survival. Education provides individuals with the knowledge and skills necessary for their survival and well being. Development rights are a critical aspect of children's rights, focusing on their holistic growth and well being. It's not just about surviving, it's about thriving. Let's start with physical development. Imagine a world where every child has access to proper nutrition, health care, and healthy lifestyle. That's what developmental rights are all about. Children have the right to grow physically, free from hunger, malnutrition, and preventable diseases. Children have the right to grow physically, ensuring access to proper nutrition, health care, and a healthy lifestyle. But it doesn't stop there. Mental development is equally crucial. Access to quality education, including early childhood education, is essential to foster intellectual growth. It's about providing children with the tools they need to understand the world around them and to think critically. Development rights also encompass social and emotional development. Imagine a nurturing environment where children receive love, care, and emotional support. It's about creating a world where children feel safe, valued, and able to express themselves. With these rights sound ideal. The reality is that millions of children face challenges and disparities. Access to quality healthcare and education remains unequal in many parts of the world. Inequalities based on gender, socioeconomic status, and location persist. So, here comes protection from discrimination rights. Children should not face discrimination based on their gender, race, religion, disability, or any other characteristic. Protection from abuse and exploitation. Children have the right to be safeguarded from all forms of abuse, neglect, exploitation, and violence. The sad reality is that abuse and exploitation persist worldwide. Millions of children suffer silently, facing unimaginable horrors that affect not only their childhoods but also their entire lives. The impact of abuse and exploitation can be devastating, leading to physical and emotional trauma, long term psychological scars, and even loss of life. Children are entitled to special protection during armed conflicts to prevent their recruitment as child soldiers and minimize their exposure to conflict related harm. Now, let's discuss the right to family life. It is essential for children to have the opportunity to live with their families whenever possible. If separated from their families, children have the right to maintain contact with both parents unless it is not in their best interest. Children are not passive recipients of care. They are active members of our society with their own thoughts, ideas, and perspectives. Participation rights recognize this and empower children to play a meaningful role in their own lives and communities. Let's begin with the right to freedom of expression. Children have the right to express their views, opinions, and feelings in matters affecting them. Their voices matter and they should be heard. This right not only helps children develop their identities but also allows adults to better understand their needs and aspirations. Involvement in decision making is a fundamental aspect of participation rights. Children should be given opportunities to participate in decisions that affect their lives, both at home and in their communities. Whether it's decisions about their education, living environment, or even policies that impact their future, their input is invaluable. Encouraging children to actively participate in society goes beyond their rights. It fosters a sense of responsibility and citizenship. When children are engaged and involved, they develop essential life skills such as critical thinking, problem solving, and empathy. The benefits of participation rights are profound. They not only empower children but also lead to a better decision making process. When children are part of the conversation, and actions are more likely to reflect their actual needs and interests. However, it's essential to recognize that there are challenges and barriers to ensuring participation rights. Societal norms, lack of awareness, and sometimes even legal obstacles can hinder children's participation. It's our responsibility to overcome these challenges. Empowering children to exercise their participation rights requires a concerted effort. It involves creating safe spaces for them to express themselves, listening to their opinions, and valuing their contributions. Schools, families, and communities can all play a role in this process. Protecting children's rights is not only a moral obligation, but also a strategic investment in the future. Children are our most precious resource, and ensuring their rights are protected is essential. Every child, regardless of their circumstances, deserves to be treated with respect and care. Recognizing their worth as individuals is the foundation of a just a society. Children's rights are linked to their holistic development. By ensuring access to education, healthcare, and safe environment, we enable children to flourish, learn, and grow into capable, contributing members of society. This is called childhood development. Breaking the cycle of poverty. Child rights protection can break the cycle of poverty. Education, in particular, empowers children to acquire knowledge and skills, opening doors to better employment opportunities and economic stability in adulthood. Prevention of exploitation and abuse. Another critical aspect is the prevention of exploitation and abuse. Child rights protection serves as a shield against various forms of exploitation, such as child labor, trafficking, and early marriages, ensuring that children are shielded from harm. Social equity. Equality is a cornerstone of child rights. When all children, regardless of their background, have equal access to opportunities and protections, it fosters social equality and reduces disparities, creating more inclusive society. Future well being. Children are the future, and their well being is a barometer of society's health. When their rights are protected, they are more likely to become healthy, educated, and responsible adults, capable of positively shaping their communities and nations. International commitments. Many nations have ratified international agreements like the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Child (CRC). Complying with these commitments to protect children's rights is not just a moral imperative but also carries diplomatic, legal, reputational consequences. Ethical and moral imperative. Furthermore, safeguarding children's rights aligns with ethical and moral principles. It reflects our collective commitment to caring for the most vulnerable members of the society. Psychological and emotional well being. Children raised in safe, nurturing environments are more likely to develop into emotionally healthy individuals. This in turn leads to healthier relationships and better mental health outcomes in adulthood. Global peace and stability. Lastly, let's consider the broader picture. Protecting child rights addresses root causes of conflict, such as inequality, poverty, and social injustice. It contributes to global peace and stability by fostering conditions conducive to harmony and cooperation. It's a moral obligation, a strategic investment, and a path to a brighter, more equitable future for all. Responsibilities in upholding child rights. In upholding child rights, various stakeholders play essential roles, including governments, communities, NGOs, non governmental organizations, and individuals. Governments have primary responsibility for ensuring the protection and promotion of child rights. So, their role includes legislation and policy. That means government should enact and enforce laws and policies that align with international child rights standards. Resource allocation. Allocating adequate resources to education, healthcare, and social services that benefit children is crucial. This includes budgeting for child protection services and welfare programs. Monitoring and reporting. Government should establish mechanisms for monitoring and reporting on child rights violations as well as for collecting data on the well being of children within their jurisdictions. Prevention and intervention. Governments must take preventive measures to reduce child abuse, exploitation, and neglect. They should also provide support and intervention services when necessary. Education. Ensuring access to quality education for all children, regardless of their background, is vital responsibility of governments. Child's justice system. Establishing a child friendly justice system and ensuring that children in conflict with the law are treated in accordance with their rights is essential. Individual responsibility. Individuals also have a role in upholding child rights, like parental responsibility. Parents and caregivers should provide a safe and nurturing environment for children, meeting their basic needs and ensuring their emotional well being. Education. Encouraging and supporting children's access to education and valuing their intellectual and emotional growth. Reporting concerns. If individuals witness child rights violations, they have a responsibility to report them to the appropriate authorities or organizations. Advocacy. Advocating for child rights at a personal and community level, raising awareness and promoting positive changes. Supporting NGOs. Individuals can support NGOs and community organizations that work toward the protection and promotion of child rights through donations, volunteering, or other means. Teachers play a crucial role in protecting child rights within the educational context. They are not only responsible for imparting knowledge but also for creating a safe and nurturing environment that respects and upholds the right of every child. Creating a safe and inclusive classroom. Teachers should establish a classroom environment where every child feels safe, valued, and respected. This includes addressing bullying, and discrimination and fostering an atmosphere of inclusivity. Teaching about child rights. Educating students about their rights as outlined in international conventions like the United Nations Convention on Rights of Child can empower them to be aware of their entitlements and advocate for them. Promoting non discrimination. Teachers should actively promote non discrimination and challenge stereotypes and biases. They should ensure that all students, regardless of their background, have equal opportunities to learn and participate. Recognizing signs of abuse. Teachers should be trained to recognize signs of abuse or neglect in their students. They must know the appropriate channels for reporting and seek help if they suspect a child is at risk. Respecting privacy. Teachers should respect students' privacy and boundaries, ensuring they are not subjected to questioning or searches without just cause. Encouraging participation. Teachers can encourage student participation in classroom decisions, creating a sense of agency and helping students develop skills in decision making and negotiating. Supporting students with special needs. Teachers should accommodate students with special needs and provide the necessary support to ensure they have equal access to education. Reporting child rights violations. Teachers have a duty to report any child rights violations they encounter to the appropriate authorities. This includes cases of child abuse, neglect, or exploitation. Promoting critical thinking. Encouraging students to think critically about issues related to child rights, social justice, and ethical dilemmas can help raise awareness and empathy. Professional development. Teachers should engage in ongoing professional development to stay informed about best practices in child rights education and child protection. Engaging with parents and guardians. Building a partnership with parents and guardians is essential. Teachers can communicate with them about child rights, education, and any concerns regarding their child's well being. Being a role model, teachers should be a model respect, empathy, and fairness in their interactions with students, demonstrating the principles of child rights in their own behavior. Teachers play a pivotal role in nurturing responsible and informed citizens who are aware of their rights and rights.